Hey everybody, what's up? How's it going? I hope you guys are having a great day. So, let's get into it, right? Today I'm playing Entropia Universe. As you probably guessed, this is what my channel's mainly about. I do some other videos, but hey, Entropia Universe is what the people want, so that's what I do. Anyways, right? So today, as the title says, I'm going to be going over the skills in Entropia Universe and sort of what they're used for. This is something I feel like a lot of new players don't get, so I'm just going to go into it, sort of dive into like the basics of it, what they're used for, why you want certain skills, and how to skill them up. If you're like brand new, you don't really care about this, but if you're somewhat new, this could be of use to you. All right. So first off, you've got your attributes. Okay, agility, health, intelligence, psyche, stamina, and strength. Okay, so the big one to care about is health, but health is affected by a lot of these, like strength, stamina, agility, stuff like that. The higher these skills are, the higher health you have, and the better you'll be with. I don't think inventory matters at all. Yeah, inventory is always the same. You might be able to carry a little bit more weight as your strength goes up. It's also going to affect your weapons and stuff like that. I think intelligence is used in mining. Psyche is more for like mind force type stuff. No one really uses that much anymore. Agility, that's just running speed and stuff like that. And stamina, I'm drawing a blank on that one, but I don't even know how to skill up stamina, so that's not for me to answer. Someone down in the comments, let me know if you know what stamina is for. If I'm covering something wrong, let me know. Like, there's going to be stuff I'm going to get wrong. Tell me. I'm going to put it into the comments, so when you're watching the video, you're going to see something pop up that says I was wrong. I'm not afraid to call myself out on that. All right. Next up, right, you've got coloring, or design, okay? So these are for, like, coloring, how likely you are to be able to color something correctly. So that's when you're looking at clothing, something like this. I don't even have anything that can be colored. Something like this, right? So you've got some pants. These are like different because they're from way back in the past. But you go to color them. The chances of you getting like 100% color are pretty low, and the higher your coloring skill, the higher your color matching skill, the better you'll be at doing that. Textile, that's again for clothes, that's adding textures to clothes. So that would be if you want to add something like a hide, not animal hide, but an animal's hide to it to give the clothes sort of a texture or something like that. Tailoring is more of like a crafting. That's for making clothes, really. And texture pattern matching is along the same lines, right? So next up, you've got combat, okay? Like aim, all these are pretty obvious. Aim, clubs, combat reflexes, combat, or handguns. Like these are all for the different types of weapons, right? You've got like a melee stuff. You've got stuff for clubs. So whatever weapon you use, like when you pick your weapon, you want to specialize in something. So like if you look at this, you can sort of tell where I specialize. Like aim's going to be high if you're using guns, so you know I use guns. My handgun skill, not too high, right? What's up with that? So like go through this, marksman, that's another one. You can see like range damage, so you can tell I went more like ranged weapons, inflict range damage. I went more like long range rifles. That's what I'd recommend if you want to be eco. As someone said in one of the other videos, melee is really good for skilling up your attributes. So when you get into that, it's something to keep in mind. Yeah, rifle, here you go. Impressive rank. I don't even know what these mean. You guys can tell I'm pretty low ranked. You're going to look at my skills and they're not too impressive. Anyways, support weapons, like these are all different weapons, different types. And pick what you want to skill up. Like don't do short blades, whips, and rifles because none of them are related. If you're going to do rifles, maybe skill up your handgun skills. But like those two are very tight, like linked together. Light melee weapons, maybe you want to just do those. So like it's okay to use a rifle and a handgun, but if you're using a rifle and a long blade, the skills aren't going to interact at all. And unless you don't mind wasting the money, I wouldn't recommend it. Next up, crafting. Okay, so this is important, right? I mentioned this before. When you're crafting, okay, you get all these skills that help you build different things, like wood processing, vehicle technology. That's all pretty obvious, right? A lot of people, what they're gonna do is they're gonna skill up in BLP weapon technology, laser weapon technology. You get this from hunting. So if you want to go that route, hunting is actually gonna help you go that route. It's not the most effective way to do it, I believe, but it's gonna help. Anyways, so what I was saying is, you want to go with something like this, manufacturing like electronic equipment, mechanical equipment. There's components somewhere. That's where you really want to go, I think. I do not see it in this list. Let me skill by points. Maybe they changed this. So yeah, I guess it's like manufacturing. They changed the name of it. But you want to manufacture components first. So the way this works is, at a certain level, you're going to unlock skills in crafting. Okay, like unique. So the way Entropia works is you can unlock skills. There's certain skills that like once you hit a level, you unlock it. Okay, if you go through this, you're going to see some skills I have that you guys don't. So with crafting, the best way to do it, use components, skill up to level 10. At that point, you're going to unlock something. I forget what it's called. And then you go into your specialty. At least that was a way to do it back when I was really into crafting. If it's changed, someone let me know. Again, I'll change that. So evade, dodge, decoys. I don't recommend using decoys. Dodge is basically if someone's shooting at you. Evade is if there's a melee attack. As you can see, like I'm pretty equal in both of them because I hunt a lot of robots and not a lot. I hunt robots and I hunt mobs, just melee mobs. Anyways, that's what those two are. Pretty easy. Courage, dexterity, perception, athletics, alertness, bravado. Like these are all skills that are going to help you with certain things. Perception, I think that's more valuable for mining. Athletics and courage, those are going to help you with hunting. Same, I think dexterity does too. Alertness, I'm not sure what that does. It probably has something to do with radar. Like a lot of these are just for hunting. I'm sure they help in crafting in some way that I'm not sure of. Maybe dexterity, I don't know. But perception's a big one if you're a miner. Otherwise, they're all more for like the hunters. These are just scanning skills. You can get that by the scanner from the terminal. You can scan with that. If you really care about like skills and how many you have, there are some societies that limit you joining based on how many skills you have. This is a cheaper way to do it, at least initially. Up to you if you want to do that. First aid, again, this is all pretty obvious. All of it goes towards healing. Mining, right? So you've got mining. This is like for dropping probes. So when you're looking for ores, that's prospecting. Surveying is when you're looking for end matter. I used to be more of an end matter guy. Now it's equaling out. So those two skills are very different. Drilling and mining, I believe those are the two that are that would be for when you're extracting something. Geology, that's for mining. Ground assessment, that's one of those unlockable skills, I believe. And again, that helps with just generic mining. These I don't know about. I think they're for like a different planet or something. I've got some skills in them. I think it's I don't know where they help, but yeah, they're skills. Sorry about that. But the main one to look at is surveying and prospecting. Those matter the most. Geology is a good second. Ground assessment, something you unlock, is important. And once you unlock it, you can skill it up way faster than all these. Because as you get higher and higher, it's harder and harder to skill these ranks up. Mining and drilling are just for extraction. I really don't worry about those too much. Now, next up, science. Okay, so you got engineering, computer, mechanics, electronics. This is all, I think this is all more for like your crafter. These are skills that they care about. Engineering and computer you do get from mining, but I do believe it still helps with crafting. Then you've just got a bunch of like space pilot, animal taming, botany, genetics. This stuff doesn't really matter, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of skills in there that aren't that useful, and these are skills that I wouldn't really bother with. But I think animal lore is helped with pets. Analysis, that's helped with I think that's with scanning. Biology is with scanning. Zoology, again, that's with scanning. I think zoology might help with taming. That helps with taming. Space pilot, that just helps with being a pilot. I'm sure there's some people out there who are skilling this, because if you're doing like a lot of flights and there's PvP involved, it's probably good to have the skill. Botany, I have no idea what that's for. Same with genetics. I think those might be for mixing DNA. You can buy DNA, and then a landowner might, like a landowner, right? Someone who owns a LA, which would be land area, they might be the ones that care about that, because they might hire someone with a high science to mix DNA up so that they can get the best type or something like that. So next up, right? These are all Mind Force skills. Mind Force was something that was very important before vehicles came, right? So you had, like, you could teleport places, you could attack, you could heal with Mind Force. You're still going to see people skilling up in it, but due to, like, due to, like, the spacecrafts, the planes, the cars, the boats, everything like that, you don't need to teleport as much. I paid a lot of money for a teleport chip back in the day, and it's useless now. So it's probably a waste of money, probably a bad investment. Anyways, that's what like telepathy, electrokinesis, translocation are for. Concentration and sweat gathering are for sweating. As you can tell, I did not sweat too much. I sweated as little as possible, and then I went into trading because I like economics. Anyways, these are all related to Mind Force and different Mind Force chips that you can get. So this is going to help you like attack stuff with your Mind Force chips. This is going to help you. I think this is for attacking too. No one really does it. It's, from what I know, it's very uneco, so I wouldn't recommend going that route unless you want to waste money. But hey, maybe you're one of those people who goes to a club and just throws money in there. Then Mind Force might be for you. Okay, so next up, face sculpting. This is all the surgery stuff. So this is for changing someone's face, how it looks, changing someone's body, how it looks, changing someone's hairstyle. This is for changing someone's body. This one's just generic, I think. So you got face, body, generic, and hair. This is a useful skill because every now and then you'll want to change your avatar. Maybe you're like me, you got yourself a red mohawk here. You're sort of getting tired of it. Yeah, and the goatee, like, what is that about? I don't look like that anymore. I never had a mohawk, but I used to have a goatee. So maybe you want to change that, right? Then you go to one of these people, they'd skill it up so that they'd have more options. They could give you cooler faces and everything like that. It costs money. I've done it before. It's if you care how your character looks, it's useful. And next up, reputation and promoter rating. A lot of people don't know this. So you get reputation when you compete in events, and everybody that's in the event is satisfied with how you performed. So if I'm in an event, let's say it's like a hunting event on LA, I'm hunting. I'm not stealing mobs from anybody. I'm being very helpful. Everybody's happy with me. Everybody likes it. They're like, this guy's a good guy. They might give me some reputation. That's how I have 101 points instead of 1,000. Promoter rating is for when you're throwing events. I've never thrown an event, so I don't have any promoter rating, right? But that could be you. Like maybe you're throwing events, you want a high promoter rating because people are going to see that and say, this guy throws good events. No one really looks at that, I don't think, but maybe a few people do. Anyways, I think I've managed to cover everything. And I don't think I got too much wrong. I'm sure someone's going to comment and be like, you got this, and this wrong. Boo. And if I did, I'm sorry. Just let me know and I will fix it. I don't want to be throwing out bad information. I thought there was a mentoring skill, but I'm not seeing it anymore. Whoops. And for total skill points, that's what I was talking about. Societies care about that. I've got 43,000 total skill points, so you can tell I'm not the biggest player. I'm not spending a ton of money. I put a lot of time into this game, but a lot of the time I was just, like, when I used to play a lot, I was just in chat, chilling with people. Maybe I'd go hunting, just low level, like, low PED spend hunting, or I'd be online trading. I used to spend a lot of time in this game. Like sometimes I'd be spending like 6 to 8 hours a day playing. This is back in like 06, 07, 08. I just like doing it. It was something fun, and like I had a society. I was talking with them all the time. It was a great time, great experience. I want to say the best experience, but we're not going to get into politics. Anyways. Total skill points, that's what matter if you want to join a very high up society. Then you're playing a game more like, wow, World of Warcraft, where you've got to be online at certain times. There's team hunts, there's a lot of stuff to be involved with, but you're expected to have that minimum level of participation. I'm not into that personally, just because right now I have like a steady income in Entropia Universe, if you could call it that. I get like 60, 70, 80 PEDs a week, okay? That's from deeds and everything like that. Before, it used to be based on how well my trading was doing, how well the shop I had in Twin Peaks Mall was doing. And sometimes I'd make like 300, 400 PEDs in a week, and that was insane, and I could spend it all then, and I'd go big. But sometimes I wouldn't make anything, and I didn't want to hunt. So I joined a society that was not about that. But if you do want to join one of those big societies, you want to be well known, you want to be in a lot of these big events, total skill points matters. And that's when you're going to be doing scanning and stuff like that just to get that number up. So if you're wondering how to do it that way. Unless you really want to spend a lot of money, because as I said, as you get higher and higher level wise, it's going to cost you more and more per point. Or not, I don't know if it's per point, but per level, right? And leveling up is a big deal. So anyways, that's my recommendation. That's what each skill does. Hopefully I'm not giving out too much false information. If you guys like this video, let me know. Please, please, please like, sub, do all that stuff if you can. It always helps me get out there, especially with videos like this that...
What's up, lads and ladettes? How are we all doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. So, I'm here on Calypso just doing some swanting, and I figured, you know, this is probably the best time to do that video that I said that I was going to do in the previous video, talking about the way of sweating that I've learned from Disciples of Aelion. Because I don't know if people click the links in the description. I have no idea, so I decide, you know what, I'm just going to demonstrate and then let you guys do with as you will. FYI, I am a little bit sick. I caught a cold or a flu that my son had. It's not COVID, but I think due to the whole COVID crap that I had a couple of weeks back, it's just affected me a lot more than it probably fucking should. I've taken some meds. I should be fine, but I figured I'm going to get this video out there, and then at the end of this video, I'm also going to explain stuff that I'm going to be doing going forward, some exciting stuff, which I know some of you will be excited for. So, we'll talk about that after I have demonstrated this. So, sweating. Sweating can be annoying, especially if you're sweating a mob and they keep hitting you. That sucks. That really does suck. But with the method that I learned from Disciples of Aelion, this is now a thing of the past. See, so with the sweating tool out, you can see that I am able to go backwards and forwards. With a gun, I can go backwards and forwards, right? However, if I'm shooting, I can only slowly walk backwards with a gun. However, if I'm using a tool, like if I'm using the VSE Mark 1, I can run backwards and forwards. Which means I can come up to this Exarasaur young and then start draining it of sweat. Then once it starts, you know, trying to seeketh revenge, I can then just run away. And I can keep it at a distance. Close enough to sweat, but far enough away that it can't hit me. And this has been an absolute... It's been an absolute game changer for me, ladies and gents. It has been an absolute game changer. And one bonus thing about this is the fact that I'm running around, right? I'm not in one spot. I'm running around. So, let's say I was to get a bigger mob, right? Let's say I was to get a far bigger mob. A mob that's, I don't know, got like 1,000 health. Hits like a fucking Mack truck. Something that no one in their right mind would want to swant without armor, or would want to swant at all unless they're in a big group. But the mob itself is slow as dog shit. Right? Like a Triescaron or something like that. You got a big old fatty Triescaron, and you know, you try to swant it normally by, you know, hitting auto use tool and praying that it doesn't hit you before, like, and you get a couple of bottles of sweat before you die. Like, it's just not going to work, right? But with this method, you can get a big fatty mob. You can run around the map, and what's something that happens when you run around the map? That's right, you find fruit and stone and dung, and it's just a bonus. So think of it this way, right? By doing this, you're able to run around, look for fruit and stone, and because you kind of need to keep yourself within the distance, like within the usage range of the sweat tool, it encourages you to slow down, which means that you're far more likely to notice fruit and stone. You're far more likely to notice them, right? And because you're running this way, instead of them like disappearing at the bottom of your screen, they're going to appear at the bottom of the screen and they're going to make their way back towards your person. And you'll be able to sweat mobs dry, look for fruit and stone, and then kill the mob once it's dry, all in the one activity. And like I said, this has been an absolute game changer for me. You know, just for swanting. For swanting Exarasaurs, this has been an absolute game changer. And now, I don't, like, you might be wondering, like, especially those of you that knew that you can do this, you might be wondering, how did you not know that you could use the Vibrant Sweat tool while running backwards, and even though you're facing the completely opposite direction, you're still able to draw the sweat? Why is it that you didn't know this? And I think it is literally just because of assumptions. With a gun, because when you use a gun, you're constantly pointing in the direction that you're using that weapon, you're using that gun, I assumed that it is the same for tools. I assumed that it, specifically for the sweating tool, I assumed it is exactly the same for the sweating tool, because it makes sense. Right? Because it makes sense that you would have to be facing that direction. But the fact that you can do this is amazing. And they better keep this in the game, because the fact that this is a good way of sweating means that players that are free to play or low depot will have a method of sweating that is going to be way better than just sitting around a sweat circle. I mean, you could do that, but if you also want to be swanting, right? Say you're a low depot player, you deposit 5 PED a week. Sorry, not 5 PED. You deposit $5 a week. So you're getting 50 PED worth of... Let's say you get 50 PED worth of universal ammunition each week. Instead of just blowing it all on a hunt and then making 30 PED back, because with that 50 PED, you're not going to be able to cycle through enough mobs to... Even low-level mobs, you're not going to be able to cycle through enough low-level mobs to see that average return of 95%. With Exarosaurs, for me, that comes out at around about 300 PED. Sometimes less, like if I get decent loots early on, but generally I don't start to see the bigger loots that even things out until after the 100 PED mark. So then generally it takes between 200 and 300 PED to get to that 95%. And then from there it tends to linger. It might drop below, it might go above. And look, my mob is dry. And that took maybe 5 minutes. That took maybe 5 minutes, and that gave me 50 bottles of sweat. And just from that alone, right? And this is what, like, some of the stuff that we were talking about in the previous video about doing that little, like, as Jacob mentioned, doing that little bit extra to get better returns. That 50 bottles of sweat, the equivalency is around about 7 PEC. Like that's sort of what it comes out to. So I gained 7 PEC in probably about 5 minutes of a little bit of work. And I think that's I think this is something that if anyone wants to swunt or even just sweat, it's a good way of doing it. And you know, if you don't want to sell directly to other people and you have that extra PED, you could always get the Force Nexus. That's what I do, right? I get Force Nexus, I buy it in bulk, so it's nice and cheap. I try to get it at around about 101%. If I can get it below that, even fucking better. And then, you know, 100 PED for 100 PED worth for 101%. And then I use, I use 10k worth of sweat, and then I could sell the Mind Essence for about 120 PED because it's like 120% markup, which is really cool. It's really cool. I like that. I like that. That is the thing that you can do, and that's what I tend to do. So yeah, give this a crack and look for Fruit and Stone while you're doing it. And now that we're at the end of, like, now that I've given my information and all that sort of stuff, yeah, this is good for low depot players and free-to-play players and all that sort of stuff. And the best thing is, if you don't want to shoot them, say you wanted to get even more, you can just drown them, so you don't use any PED whatsoever. But yeah, a little bit of an announcement at the end of the video, which is I'm going to be resuming playing Eve. I've just really been itching to get into it proper. I will be making videos on it at some point in the future, but I want to give myself some time to just play it and enjoy it without recording or anything like that. And then once I have a nice handle and swing on things, then we might make a new Capsuleer, and then we might, I don't know, we'll do something interesting. Or if you guys want to continue to see the Nooblet videos of me going, what the fuck do I do? I can piece them together. They could be fun. So I'm going to leave that as sort of a thing in the comment section. If you've made it to the end of the video and you're interested in Eve, let me know in the comment section if you want to wait until I'm more knowledgeable of the game before I make any videos, or do you want to see the growth and development of me as a new player? Let me know. And yeah, so that's kind of the big announcement. I am also continuing the Orcs Must Die series. Like I said, I've been sick and shit's been going on recently, so I haven't been able to record. I actually think I have a third episode recorded already, so I might publish that either today or tomorrow. I completely forgot about it. But I will be resuming that once I'm better. And I'll be doing it in batches and all that sort of stuff, so they'll kind of get released over time. So look forward to a lot of diverse content in the future. Look forward to a lot of different games. I'm going to be starting a playthrough of Neverwinter Nights in the next week or two. And I'm also going to be checking out some horror games as well, because I'm a little bit of a bitch when it comes to horror games. I love horror movies, right? Horror movies are my jam. I think it's just because I'm a big cinematography buff. I'm a big cinema buff. Well, not the cinema itself, because I hate the crowds, but I can pretty much tell when a jump scare is coming up, or when any kind of spooky thing is going to happen, because of just changes in tone and positioning of actors in relation to the screen and all that sort of stuff. And I could kind of just tell. But I'm also going to be doing, I'm going to be playing horror games, because why the fuck not? It might be fun, and you guys might get a kick out of me scaring the fuck out of myself. And there won't be any, like, bullshit, like, fake, like old school PewDiePie kind of stuff. Won't be any of that crap. It will be, like, just genuine. If I'm scared, I'm fucking scared. Anyway, you'll take care, stay safe, and give me suggestions in the comment section. Any games you guys want me to see, like you want to see on the channel. I'm also thinking about doing a Mountain Blade Bannerlord playthrough as well. Even if you think it's cringe, I love the game, and fuck you. You guys take care, stay safe, I love you to bits. I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, and thank you, Midnight Bacon and Kobeck 420, my absolute big PP.
Good afternoon, you blasphemous sinners. We're gonna take you to church now. The Church of Good News, to repent for your sins with a holy little smile.
Amen, brother.
So I want to go right into the first story, because this is one that kind of blew my little reptile brain. We just got a new physics update to our understanding of the universe. We got a little patch notes. It was discovered for the first time ever that space isn't exactly static and empty. Or rather, isn't exactly static. There's gravitational waves that are constantly in like a push and pull, so it's kind of akin to like choppy waters of the ocean with all these gravitational waves. The astronomers recently confirmed this, which actually helps confirm Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. It's incredible how accurate that man has been on like everything ever, and he never wore socks either, if you knew that.
That might be part of it.
It had to be a large part of it, but it's really impressive stuff. It probably isn't going to change our day-to-day life, but it really helps further our understanding of the universe, because, again, that's huge.
Yeah, I saw they said they've been hunting these waves for over a decade now.
Yep, and they can finally confirm it with compelling evidence.
Which, can you imagine dedicating your life to something for over 10 years and then being right and finding it? That's good news. That's like the story of Moby Dick. That's their white whale, and they caught it.
We finally did. I think it's very interesting, and I'm excited to see what else we can learn about the space around us. Hopefully the next one is dark matter.
What do you want to find out about dark matter?
That we can use it in some way. If I remember correctly, now this could just be totally wrong, and I'm willing to admit that.
It could be.
If I remember correctly, a single like pencil tip of dark matter creates a big enough explosion, like 10x a nuclear bomb.
I feel like we don't want to learn to harness that.
But imagine if we did.
You don't have to imagine it. You know exactly what would happen. We would weaponize it and use it.
We'd use it for really fast internet speeds. Dark matter routers.
Gaming on 5 billion gigs per second.
Then you could finally download Ark Survival Evolved in less than 3 days.
Oh my God, you're so right. Wow. The future is bright
Thanks
and
to
dark.
To the gravitational waves, baby.
Yep. So coming back to you from outer space, we've got some news about Mars. A 3D printed Mars simulation habitat that's about 1,700 square feet had the 4 volunteers go in, and they're going to be locked in there for a year. So this is going to be used to simulate life on Mars, so we can run tests without them having to actually leave the planet. And they're going to just be reporting, I believe there's a flight engineer, a medical officer, a science officer, and the commander. So they, over the course of their year here, there's going to be a communication delay with headquarters that goes from 5 minutes all the way up to 20 minutes to simulate them leaving the planet and getting further and further away and having to become more and more autonomous as it happens. So the hope is we learn some things so they can actually go to Mars one day and know what the hell they're doing. So that kind of sounds like a nightmare to me. I'm gonna be honest.
That sounds horrific, but
Yeah.
very important for our understanding of life
It is.
elsewhere.
It is very
I'm a
good.
little surprised they don't have like a personal chef to cook some yummies for them on this long
Well, I don't think they
isolation.
would going to Mars either.
An astronaut chef, I think, would be integral.
That is true. You got the engineer, the
You're gonna need
medical
good
officer.
nutrients.
I mean, I guess if you really think about it, they get bags and they. Yeah, they
but
just have
imagine if you had a
food.
personal chef to take those ingredients and make something incredible out of it.
They really rehydrate those foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an untapped market.
I think you're right. We should train to be astronaut chefs.
We could open our own like space restaurant,
Oh.
and maybe then we'd finally get some extraterrestrial visitors. Like, I
Yeah.
want to try this cuisine.
Nobody visits here because they go, this food stinks.
They got Waffle House here? No, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
I don't
go
want to get in a
elsewhere.
fight. I want food.
I keep thinking of gravitational waves now. So like the ripple effect that causes
Mm-hmm.
the gravitational waves is absolutely nuts too, because it has to do a lot with like black holes and shit. Totally unrelated to the Mars
Yeah,
thing. We
I
can
mean,
move on.
not really. They're going to have to fly through it.
So the gravitational waves push and pull the space-time continuum itself, if you can believe that.
Oh,
Yeah, like-
all right, we're going real deep.
Yeah, I was reading about that and I was like, this sounds like actually out of a movie, and I don't know how much of it I believe anymore.
Yeah, that level of science. Mars is great. We're moving on.
Mars
That-
has no gravitational waves.
Yeah, that level of science is where I get to where I'm like, you start blurring the lines of science fiction and reality, and it's
Yeah.
like it makes no sense.
Did you read about how they read the waves?
It was a big antenna, right?
Basically a big tuning fork. That
Really?
They stick out because they measure the distance, like when the waves hit one bar and then the time it takes to hit the other bar.
Oh, wow.
So they basically, it's just a massive like series of antennas that it traps.
That's
Well,
so cool.
and like that shit literally sounds like the plot of a Rick and Morty episode
It
where
really
Rick's
does.
like, I'm gonna send out the tuning fork into space and listen to space music.
I'm gonna have to sleep real quick.
Yep.
Cover me while I
And then it
sleep.
just tuning fork comes out and it like starts playing like fucking Green Day in the ship, and it's just like, it's fucking.
You
Rick and
glorbed in
Morty.
my trick hole again, Morty. This is one of those touching moments that makes you realize we're not so different after all from our animal counterparts. It turns out dolphins actually use baby talk when their calves are around. So they'll bring up their voice is probably the wrong word, but they'll bring up their speech. Yeah, they'll bring up their speech a few octaves to make it a little higher pitched for the babies. So like how we talk to babies down here, dolphins do underwater as well. This is known as parentese, or infant-directed speech, which is a cool word for it. And it's also been observed in other animals as well, but most notably dolphins is the newest one they've observed it in.
That list says monkeys, gorillas, and zebra finches. Like
Yeah.
everybody just knows what the hell a zebra finch is.
Yeah, it's a bird.
I figured it was a bird.
Ah.
But yeah, so give us a little example. I know you listen to it. Like
Yeah.
you're. All right, yeah. Let's. Hear
I want to
it.
hear it real quick.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, never mind. I'll do the sound for you.
Yeah, you're a mama dolphin and you see your little baby.
You want to go swim in the ocean? Oh, you go for a little swim. Why don't you go for a little swim? Swim.
That was spot on.
Yeah.
If I was your baby dolphin, I'd be so hyped up.
Yeah,
right
you'd be
now.
really excited.
Yeah, that was really good, and you can hear. Oh, you.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I thought that was just me
I was like, oh
again.
my god, they're answering.
Yeah, that's what I sound like.
Legit, you translate that to English? It's just Charlie.
It's what I was saying, probably.
Wow.
You want to grab a little pufferfish? Get a little smoky pufferfish?
Do you think dolphins like pufferfish?
Oh, they do. They get high off of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
no,
forgot about
that's right.
that.
They like bite on pufferfish because it's like
Mm-hmm.
like a hit, like some kind of neurotoxin, and they just like get high.
That's crazy. As a mother dolphin, you're encouraging your baby dolphin to go do drugs.
Yeah,
now,
well, they don't have
ocean drugs.
they don't have like laws in the ocean.
That's true. You're in
Survival of the fittest
maritime
down there.
Law at that point.
International waters.
International waters. You can.
You can smoke pufferfish all day and night.
We should try smoking pufferfish.
I would never.
No, it
Yeah.
legitimately would just kill us.
It would die.
You just died. And now I've got some great news for all mosquito haters out there. Belize is now malaria-free. They're the 42nd country to become malaria-free, and they are the 4th in the Americas, 2nd in Central America. They, back in 1994, when yours truly, were you born in 1994? When we
94.
were born. They had 10,000 cases, and now they brought it all the way down to 0. They've been declared by the World Health Organization completely malaria-free. So that's just a huge, huge win for all of us everywhere, because malaria and mosquitoes suck. So just big congrats to Belize. You
Yeah,
did
good
it.
work.
This is great. Get your party hats out and go run around with well, there's probably still mosquitoes. They just don't have malaria.
Yeah, which is a good thing. Malaria is no good, so good to see it's gone.
Why do we still have malaria if they do not?
Do we?
Do we?
I think we're.
I was gonna say I didn't think we were on that list. Yeah, it's they are also one of 3 in 2023 to get it. It's Azerbaijan and Tajikistan. So really, what the hell are we doing that we are not malaria free yet? That's baffling.
We've had so many cool experiments to try and kill mosquitoes off entirely. I remember
Yes.
a cool one was we were turning mosquitoes in celibate.
Oh,
Or, incel. Like, we were turning them celibate. Like, they wouldn't reproduce anymore, so that way in a few generations they'd die off. But
Yep.
I guess that we haven't seen the fruits of those labors yet.
I love once a year you'll see the signs up around here, well, around everywhere, with the little fish with the ninja mask on. They call them ninja fish, and you can go get one for free. I'm not making this up. This is not an Aaron story. You go get the fish and you put them in like water near your house, and they eat mosquitoes.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Dragonflies also. There's only one type that has it?
That sick bastard.
Yeah.
The Anopheles.
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 Wow.
And yeah, it was found in Sarasota County.
It was in Sarasota. That's where the dolphins were baby talking.
Oh, boy.
I'm not saying I'm positive, but I think there's a correlation.
We don't have enough data yet.
Yeah, we'll get on that. We'll send Aaron. But anyways, yeah, congrats to Belize. You're killing it. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll try to catch up. It's that happy time of year again, and no, it's not Christmas. It's time to tell you about moistglobal.com. Tell them what I've got here, Chuck.
You've got a great Moist Esports jersey right there, Matt. Comfortable fit, knows how to breathe, and knows how to look good.
Breathable, comfy, perfect. You go to moistglobal.com, you pick up this bad boy, you pick up a hoodie, you pick up sweatpants, slides, headbands, we've got it all.
That
Go
is right.
go to moistglobal.com.
That's great news. Here's another cute animal story for you. A dog retrieved 155 discs from the woods at Grandview Park. The discs were from disc golf, and Kelly Mason was walking her dog Daisy in West Virginia when her dog suddenly ran into the nearby woods and started picking up some disc golfs that were
Hello, welcome to another video from EarnPed.com. I'm Stevie B, happy to have you all with us today. Today I've been at Cape Corneth shooting some longtooth for summer migration, almost done with rank 20, and got a notification that a friend of mine was online, so wanted to go meet up with him real quick and wanted to get this on video because this is going to be a very special video, which you guys from the title already know what's getting ready to happen. But after getting this kind of support from people and having this kind of loyalty from people, I really wanted to get this on video. So if you are just seeing this video for the first time and you're not sure what's going on with this game, this is Entropia Universe. It is a real cash economy video game that is over 20 years old. We're actually celebrating the 20th anniversary this year. And not only do I have this YouTube channel teaching people to play smarter, not harder, but I also own EarnPed.com. EarnPed.com allows people to do microtasks like watch videos through Hideout.tv or Loot.tv, or do microtasks like surveys and app downloads, and earn Ped. Ped is the in-game currency, which has a fixed exchange rate of 10 Ped to $1. So each Ped is worth 10 cents and can be withdrawn directly to your bank account from the game. So today, I have the exceptional ability of meeting up with somebody who has been using EarnPed for quite some time now. It is my good friend Sensei, and Sensei is about to be making the biggest withdrawal in the history of EarnPed.com. So here's my good friend Sensei. Sent him a trade request. Biggest withdrawal in EarnPed history. What will you be using it on? So Sensei has been supporting us for quite some time now, and he is actually withdrawing 4,003 Ped, plus he gets the 10% bonus on the first 1,000, which takes him to 4,103 Ped. So 4,103 Ped from me to Sensei. That is $410.30. So if he will hit the green buttons, we will get this process on the road. There we go. So $410.30 me to him. There it is. It's done. Woo woo. So on earnped.com there is a bonus, which is why his 4,003 Ped balance had an extra 100 added to it. There's no minimum. You can withdraw whenever. Now, preferably don't have, 900 transactions a day. But most people wait till they get, 10, 20 Ped together to withdraw. However, I do have a bonus system in place. If you wait till you have a 100 Ped balance on earnped.com, you get a 1% bonus. If you wait till you have a 200 Ped balance on earnped.com, you get a 2% bonus, 300 Ped, 3% bonus, 400 Ped, 4% bonus, so on and so forth, up until a maximum of 1,000 Ped gets you a 10% bonus. Well, Sensei blew past the 1,000 Ped 10% bonus a while back, quite a while back. And up till this point, we have had 7 or 8 people now, maybe closer to a dozen, that have gotten the maximum 10% bonus on 1,000 Ped withdrawal. So I've done some 1,100 Ped payout withdrawals, paid several people $110 live on the videos for you guys to see, and several that I didn't. Once we set the record the first time and did it a couple times, I quit recording them. However, I've never had somebody just keep going until after that. But Sensei has been saving for quite some time. I know he's got several different purchases he's considering. I didn't want to put him on the spot, and I probably did by asking him while he knew I was recording what he was thinking about recording. He's told me some things that he wants to purchase whenever it was just me and him privately. But he's been saving for a while. And when he blew past 3,000 Ped a while back, I said, obviously this is going to be a bigger withdrawal than anybody else has ever done, so I want to catch it on video. Let me know ahead of time, that way we can coordinate. And he hit me up yesterday as I was doing migration. He said, hey, I think I'm about ready. And I said, cool. Well, he wasn't on Cali. I was on Cali because I've been doing migration. So luckily I was off today. That helped us out tremendously with meeting up. And then he literally just texted me not 5 minutes ago and said, here we are, ready to go. So I had actually just laid down for the day, got out of bed, started recording, but you guys saw it there. 4,103 Ped, so $410.30. So to all the people that say, well, I think you can make more money sweating, no you can't. I've never heard of anybody in this game making 4,103 Ped from sweating. Ever, never, ever. Now, that doesn't mean free-to-play players can't make money from sweating. You're just not going to make that kind of money. So we really appreciate all of Sensei's hard work with the microtask and using EarnPed to help support us. We really appreciate all the support from everybody that has helped to support us over the years. And if you are getting into Entropia, we really encourage you not only to use earnped.com, but obviously to go through all of our videos, review all of our content, because one thing that we want to do is we want to help you play smarter, not harder. There are other micro task websites out there. We weren't the first, nor are we the only. There's Entropia Partners, there's Pedflow, there's Ludius.io. There's all kinds of different microtask websites out there. However, we have made it one of our goals to provide the content to help people play smarter, not harder. That way, not only do we help you earn PED, but hopefully we can help make that PED go further. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm going to get back to migration. I will be back with more content for you later this week. That is just something that I probably will not get a chance to do again. I'm sure there will be a lot more 1100 PED payouts over the coming weeks, months, and years. But I may never get to pay another 4,103 PED payout all at once to an earned PED user. So very exciting. Very glad I got to do it and glad I got to get it on video. If you guys want to help support us, head over to earnped.com. Obviously, it's the best way you can help support us. Simply use the links on earnped.com to go to hideout.tv. Hideout will automatically add us as a redemption option for your Hideout points. And guys, be sure and hit those buttons to help the YouTube algorithm get on our side. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and hit the like button on every single video. And hopefully, if you guys will help support us, you guys may very well be the next person to set a record breaker. Maybe we'll get somebody who will now be able to withdraw 5,000 PED or 6,000 PED or 7,000 PED. That is up to you guys. Sky's the limit. So guys, till next time, sip, smack, smack. Y'all know the rest. Take care, guys.
Did you take a gray bike from these railings on the night of the 25th? You are going to die! I am going to ultra kill you! I will spend the rest of my life tracking you down. I will find you. You will never sleep again. God will not save you. I am coming for you! Did you take a gray bike from these railings on the night of the 25th? You are going to die! I am going to ultra-kill you! I will spend the rest of my life tracking you down. I will find you. You will never...
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Alright guys, I'm at Planet Fitness. Watch how ridiculous this is.
Like, really? A pen?
Hey, thanks for watching Insane EU Madness. Today we are going to do the robot beacon, maybe, that you get from your stage 2 of the gauntlet. So, and flying out of Atlantis is a bit tricky if you're at the mall, because it has a no-fly zone under half of it, so half of the city. And so anyway, my disciple has a robot beacon, and we are going to do that. And basically it's a crash spaceship with a bunch of robots in it, and you have to have enough ammo because what will happen is it only pays you at the very end. So all the loot you collect, you will only get at the very, very end. So, and it's probably, in fact, let's time it here. I'd say it's probably 10 plus minutes to get through the whole thing. So we are going to do that, and the person who has the beacon needs to make the team. They are going to be the team leader. So and you'll want to activate it, and it'll tell you what island you need to be on. So, and here we go, and just do local. Let's go. And if you're trying to make a team, you'll want to right-click the avatar, team invite, then you can make it the name of a team. Now, I'm not making the team he is, but you need to right-click it and then go down to you can get system or avatar team or multiple people at a time. But I haven't tried it with 3, so I'm not sure if you can or can't. So, but you need at least 2. So, and then there'll be a door with a combo, and then the team leader, which is him, needs to go in first. And you need to have enough ammo, if I didn't say it already, because you don't get paid till the very end. So, looks like I have plenty. Okay, and here we go, and I'll probably be quiet through the most of it so you can just watch the video. But I am going to take a auto loot pill so I don't miss any of the loot. And now I also have the sound off on the game because the headphones get drowned out. Of course, maybe you'd rather hear that than me, but the headphones get drowned out. Like I was trying to make a video and all you could hear was it growling. Now also the auto key is F, if you didn't know that, auto target. And for some reason these are glitchy with some of the auto keys. No idea why. And I'm stuck. This is also a good way for skills. If you're new, do the first gauntlet, stage 1, second gauntlet, stage 2, and at the end you will get this robot beacon. And that will help you with your skills in whatever you're using, a rifle or pistol. And besides the loot, and this shows you how much damage each of us is getting. And being he's new, I hope I'm not overdoing it, because I actually want him to get some benefits out of it. Okay. And be careful of these things. You go through them and it'll cut like a good percentage of your health down. and I won't worry about it. The auto key for auto target is the F key is your default. So yeah, almost just ran through it. Let him open it. It's his deal. His beacon. And I got about 26K, and he got about 42K in shrapnel. So not bad. Okay, and to leave here, if you T out, pressing the T, you will end up back at Port Atlantis.